The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Hey everyone, it's Antenna, and you are watching the DL Show only on Dave's Guitar Channel.
I am so happy to be here tonight. We're going to show you some magic, so I'd like you all to let go of all your preconceptions of what you think is impossible. Because tonight, absolutely nothing is impossible.
What's going on?
All right. Welcome, everyone. It is Monday night, and we are back for the DL show. Let's go around the horn and say hello to everyone. Matt, welcome.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Joe, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Krellbar.
How you doing?
And Zim.
Hey, guys. Dave, thanks for having me.
Always. All right, so as we were talking back behind in the green room, and I hope you guys enjoyed the refreshments in the green room.
Awesome.
We were talking about movies. Matt, a couple of weeks ago, had told me to watch a movie called Heavy Trip.
Yeah.
Great. Everyone, I recommend watching this. I think I saw it on. It was either Prime or or Paramount. I can't remember where I watched it.
Joe said it was on Tubi.
Oh, I watched it on Tubi then. Yeah, it was great. It was great. I highly recommend it. If you guys have Tubi, please watch it. It's great. And then Joe had suggested a movie called The Witch Subversion Part 1. It was great. Fantastic. A South Korean film. And again, as we were discussing, the main issue with the film is figuring out who's who. Because it's like you're in a Chinese restaurant and you're just like, are you my waiter? Oh, no, you're the villain. Are you the good guy? You have no idea what's going on. And I don't care if that's political. If a Korean person said to me, I watched a movie and all you white people look the same, I would laugh. I would be like, really? I could imagine that. They don't grow up. You know what I mean? It's like they don't see it.
Yeah, you look
I
at
don't see
their anime and they're all wide eyes. They make fun of our wide eyes.
Big
Yeah.
cow eyes.
So I don't care. Either way, it was the witch movie. Part 2 was very good. That witch was very strong. Part 1 was excellent as well. Great stuff. Part 1, Joe. I'm not going to give any spoilers, so please refrain. But the what do they call it? When they sidestep you and they give you the switch on you. There's
the red herring.
No, there's something that happens in the first one that you're not
I
expecting.
call it the Twilight Zone ending.
A twist.
There's a twist that like you're not expecting.
The old bait and switch.
It's great. It's great. I was like, oh, okay.
Wasn't that fucking great though?
When that girl says that, and then everyone, including the girl who's running the operation, gets it. You're like,
that old bitch.
Like
The look on her face was worth it.
Yeah, it was great. I highly recommend the movie, but it was good. It was very good. And I was trying to watch a movie the other day. Actually, it was last night. And like every movie on Netflix, when you go to a new movie, they always play like the clips of like. And if I hear some vapid new song being played in the background, like it's Pitbull or it's just some shitbag that I don't want to hear, I won't watch the movie because I'm not listening to music. Like that's the one thing I enjoyed about these foreign films is you're not listening to like the flavor of the day. Or there's a movie called Spiderhead, which really sucks. It's Chris Hemsworth, or could even be his brother. I don't even know them. I don't even know the difference. Either way, those guys look just alike too. All Australians look alike. No, either way, I was like, the movie was like all songs like that's in that movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. Except in Guardians, it works. In this other movie, you're like, this is douchey. Don't ruin that song. Don't ruin that song by putting it with this movie. And I watched the movie last night. Now, have you guys seen this movie? It's called John Dies at the End.
Yes.
I didn't like it.
Soy
I saw
sauce
that years ago.
Yeah, I saw that years ago.
Oh, it was brutal.
I hated it.
Brutal to watch. Horrible.
It at the very, very beginning showed promise, and then it just went downhill from there.
When you say in the very beginning, you mean in the credits? I give you that. Once the movie started, though, it was a downhill trajectory of just how fast are we free falling in this thing. I'm like, I believe I am going fast. I'm going faster than gravity will allow. It's just a nosedive.
Who the hell directed that? Oh, that was wasn't that the guy who did Phantasm, Coscarelli? Don Coscarelli?
The only thing I saw in the credits was Giamatti had a production credit, and it was based on a guy, David Wong, who wrote it. But it was terrible.
This is John Dies at the End.
Yeah.
Let's see. Don Coscarelli was a writer. David Wong was a writer, and
But John does not die at the end.
Wow. I love the Phantasm movies, but I hated that.
Why does John not die at the end? The movie's called John Dies at the End. I thought the one obvious thing about the film would be that John's going to die.
Well, I thought the same thing about the never-ending story.
Right, exactly. It only felt like it never ended when you watched it. When Lamal started singing, that's when I went into an eternity of hell. But yeah. So just anyways, just a few movies to either watch or not watch. Anyways, they were not. That John Dies at the End was absolutely terrible.
I actually
I
been
almost died at the
watching.
end.
I binge watched Tulsa King yesterday.
Nice.
Well, So got all 9 episodes up in the night.
What did you think?
It's great. I like just about anything Stallone does,
Yeah, it was great. I think
except
it's
for
great.
Rhinestone.
I think it's great. It's a great. There's a thing that pops up on my YouTube, my thing. It's about natural bodybuilding. Have you seen that, Matt? It's on Netflix. It's Micah Hearn and
No.
yeah.
He's still
I
claiming
can't bring
he's
myself
natural.
to watch it. Well, yeah, they're calling. It's talking about natural, and I was like, as soon as I see that, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I am though. Let me just say this: 112 on Friday, 13, 14. Today I'm 115 days into carnivore. Today I didn't eat my first meal till 5 o'clock.
Oh, hey, let me. I just tried that carnivore cheesecake this evening. My advice for anybody is just what you said, Dave. 1 cup of fucking stevia is way too much. I mean,
Agreed.
oh, Jesus Christ. I couldn't. I had to throw most of it out.
Well,
it was
that's
so fucking
insane.
sweet.
That's what the recipe calls
That's
for.
what the recipe calls for.
So I made it. I took 1 piece, and then I had a student come over, and I said, "Hey, you want to try?" And he loved it. I'm like, "Then take the whole fucking thing home." So the
Yeah.
second time I made it was more the time I had it, which started with a half a cup. Now it's like I barely use any.
I was going to say maybe next time use a third.
Yeah,
How
I
much-
barely use any.
Like,
In fact, I use less, and what I do is I add lemon extract,
oh yeah.
which is just sugar alcohol, but it's very mild, and it's like just gives it a tinge of lemon and gives it a sweetness that I feel is almost more than enough.
How much vanilla extract did you put in it?
I use a dash. I just go, I don't know, two little plops in there,
Oh, okay.
2 gallons.
Yeah, but man, it was just like, I mean, it made my gums hurt. It was so fucking sweet.
I
Like,
didn't I say though in the beginning, cut it back. I said it's going to be too sweet. It's
I know, but I thought maybe your too sweet was maybe someone else's normal.
Honey's not
sweet.
carnivore.
But man, yeah, you were completely right on that. Do not use a whole cup, people, because if you do, most of it's
Yeah.
going in the trash. or
Especially what kind of stevia is it? I mean, if it's the
powder.
concentrated stuff,
It's not the liquid; it's the powdered stuff.
yeah.
So, which I'd never used before, but man, it was like, "Rah." Even my kid thought it was. She started, oh, this is really good. After 2 bites, she's like, it's too sweet. I can't finish it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go way less. The cool thing is it takes 5 minutes to prepare in a blender. It's really the easiest recipe ever. Couple of eggs. Today, what I decided to do, the other day, I went to Costco. And so I bought this big, long thing of cream cheese. And I'm thinking I'm going to open it up and it's going to be individual
Oh
containers of
fuck
cream.
no,
Oh, so-
no.
So it's a giant log of cream cheese in plastic.
Everyone loves log.
Cheese log.
So then I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? Because now I have enough cream cheese to last me till when John finally dies. So I cut it up and put it in smaller bags. And then today I'm like, there's no way I'm even going to eat this in my eggs. It'll take me till December. So I'm like, you know what? Today I made a burger at 5:30 with bacon, and I used cream cheese on the cheeseburger. Let me tell you,
That's good.
fucking great.
I've done that. I've done that.
It was
Cracking
great.
egg on it too.
The worst
I
thing about
usually do,
those
but I-
logs is you can't help but get it on your hands, and that shit don't wash off easy.
It's almost the same as you ever buy at Costco the 2 containers of fresh mozzarella. That thing, when you cut them open, it's always dripping that white. You know, it looks like fucking Peter North had a field day on my hands. And folks, what's
there's a
sick is the
blast
fact
from
that
the
you all
past.
know who I'm talking about.
There's a blast from the past,
Right, of a literal blast.
literal fucking blast.
Yeah, seriously, I'm like, but anyway, so, but I had some fresh mozzarella today with my food, with the burger. I had a cream cheese on it, and then, but I'm only eating. I'm trying to do 1 meal a day today and see what happens. Yesterday, gentlemen, I was hired by a band to go and record their album for them. They had a guitar player, I guess he was struggling with some of the solos that they had written ahead of time, and there was a cover, a Kiss song called "Lover All I Can."
Mm-hmm.
They had asked me if I was interested in the band, and they know the guy who sings in the band knows that I'm really not interested in doing band stuff right now, especially since I do my AM station and FM is really on hold. So he basically reached out to me and said, could I hire you for either sessions or if you want to do live? And I said, yeah. So they called me up last week, and I gave them my rate. They said they'll pay it. So I went yesterday and banged out 10 songs in 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, which
Nice.
I thought was when we got to the end, it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. He's like, do you mind if I keep you for 15 more minutes? I'm like, what do you mean? We're doing 10 songs. So he was like, well, we did the 10, but I go, we did the 10? I thought we only did 5. I had no, because they were just playing tracks and I would play to them and they were like, good, do that one again, do that one again. Okay, that's good. So I lost count of what we were doing. So I was like, yeah, what do they want me to do? So then they wanted me to go back over like 4 of the songs and play like what I call Mickey Mouse soloing it, just be ultra melodic and Ace Frehley like. So I was like, all right. So we did that, took 15 minutes, and then I was out of there. It was like a great day. It was nice to get in the studio and do some stuff. I never tried Boccancini. No, I never heard of it. If it doesn't have Elroy Shredding says, why did Peter North do gay porn if he wasn't gay? Maybe he just liked using the name Matt Ramsey. You guys aren't shocked that I'm pulling up Peter North's gay name? All right.
So what?
I'll also say his real name was Al Brown. But
we've been writing a lot of songs, and so I would go over to my guitar player's house, and with a drum machine, we'd lay down a little song idea. I'd play guitar, I'd put bass to it, just to come up with an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been playing those for some customers that come in here. And the one guy, his name's Justin, he goes, bro, I have a laptop. I have everything you need. I'll just bring my stuff down here to the store. So Thursday, he brings his laptop, he brings his speakers. We set it up back in the back. And after 2 hours, this song idea that's been up in my brain for like 2 years now was down and sounded so good. It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's awesome.
What they can do
great.
on their laptop, all these amps and everything I got. You don't use any of this stuff. It's all in your computer now.
Yeah. Well, I used a program called Guitar Rig, which I believe is
isn't that Amplitude?
Is that Nuendo?
Oh,
no, it's an N brand, but it was Guitar Rig, and basically this band plays. It's like
IK Multimedia.
IK, exactly.
Is it?
Yeah, but there's a name for it.
Native Instruments.
Native NI, and it wasn't
NI. Native. Sorry.
So it's Native Instruments. So he basically said, "What do you want? What sound do you want?" And I'm like, "Well, this is like 80s hard rock." I go, "Give me a Soldano." And the guy who was engineering is like, these don't have names. You just have to tell me which one. So I'm like, just read off every name. And he got to like Hot Solo. And I looked up at the screen and I could see the picture of the Soldano. I'm like, that's the one. Let's do it. But it sounded great. It worked great.
This guy would add little drum like boom booms, right? And he'd go, hey man, how's your, and my bass is in open, we're D, we're tuned a full step down. So I did a low D note, boom boom. And he has a setting where he tunes his toms to D. So when the toms hum, it's in perfect pitch.
That's great.
With your bass note. And I'm like, oh my God, this sounds so good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so it was fun. It was fun. I got to do, I hadn't been in the studio in a while, and my studio chops were still there, which was good. It was, there was a couple of things like I played a couple of things for them. And at one point, like they really liked something. And I'm like, yeah, everything's good. I go, the last 2 notes, will you just nudge it a hair earlier? Because I just feel like I played it back and it could have been played a little forward. It would make it perfect. And the guy was like, we're going to do it. It's their project. Their project. So they're like, we'll fix it. We'll, I'm like, okay. And I hate being picky like that because, usually it's the producer, let them decide. But just on something where I just give my opinion, like I should have come down on that downbeat. And I came like right, you know what I mean? And I'm hearing the songs for the first time. There were no charts. The sections were just called off to me. In fact, the one part, like I'm listening and I would play the solo, and I remember landing and I'm thinking, like I was in the middle of doing a walk-up thing, and I'm like, I know I'm going to land right on the note, and then boom, and I'm like, wait, you guys landed on B flat, not A? I'm expecting that, because I hadn't heard the song. I was like, it's just a weird choice of a chord for them. So I'm like, let's do it. So I had to do like that take again, and then realize the walk-up was going to be a half step up. So I've
had people ask me, you're 60 years old. Why are you recording original songs? Well, what's the point? You guys are 60 years old. I'm like, well, it's fun to do. But secondly, because my lead singer works on that TV show, The Mayans, which is on FX, which is the spinoff of Sons of Anarchy.
Right.
It's about the Mexican motorcycle gang. They will buy our songs, and they've already gave us $3,000 for like 26 seconds of one of our songs that was made it into season 8 or season.
That's great.
Season 3, episode 8 or something last season. So we can
Ricky,
sell this stuff to those guys.
Yeah. People buy new music all the time.
Yeah. So you just have to know.
But yeah, it's also good to get your ideas out. I mean, if you have songs in your head and you want to record them.
Right. Yeah.
Get them out. What about who knows?
You get that sense of accomplishment.
What the fuck does age have to do with it? Fuck off.
Well, I know, but you're never going to be a rock star.
Let's discuss that for a second, because I was thinking today, because Joe sent me a message the other day. Joe said he's going to put out a table that says, "For All Kings is better than worship music." Changed my mind.
In your driveway.
It is better. I've always been saying it's better. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It was Bingham that said worship music. So I think For All Kings is their best album. And how long has Anthrax been at it? And it took them to 2015 to put out that fucking great record. And now they're like all older. But to me, it's the best. I think Monster at the End is a great song. There's so many great songs on that record.
Yeah.
The
one that sticks in your head that you'll find yourself singing out of nowhere is fucking Breathing Lightning.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Holy shit.
In a thunderclap, I'm breathing lightning.
I had that blasting this morning when I was getting out of bed. Let me
and
get
Belladonna sounds fantastic on it. Joey Belladonna's never sounded better.
No.
Really hasn't. And the band hasn't sounded better. Everyone in that band, that record is produced the way that band has always should have been produced.
Yeah.
And to be fair, worship music is right there with it. It's very close. But I don't think the songs are as good.
Little extra, that special something.
I agree.
I love the worship music. When I listened to this one though, every song was like, "Wow, this is fucking good."
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I actually listened to it 2 times in a row, and it was the first thing I listened to the next day. I still been listening to it.
Yeah,
worship music, I've only heard that one night. I mean, I'll go back and check it out, but this is fucking.
Yeah, what's the first song? Like Impaled is great. Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic record. It really is. And I was thinking about it, like, how many bands can you name that have been around 20, 30 years where their best stuff is their last stuff?
Yeah.
Not many. Not many.
Nope. No, I listened to the deluxe version.
Yeah.
Let's see. Closed. Yeah. First song is You Gotta Believe, Monster at the End. Well, yeah. I love the Kansas cover.
Yeah, You Gotta Believe is the one where he's like, impaled. Dun-dun-dun-dun. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. Yeah. It's good. What's after
Wayward Son was really good too. I love when they cover songs.
Oh, they do great jobs.
Because they have that intense metal sound. It's just perfect.
Call me.
They did it. There was a movie called Airheads. You guys remember the movie Airheads with Adam Sandler? And they do a cover in that movie of London by the Smiths. And it's like, if you think the Smiths is like a wimpy band, which, some people might think so, but great stuff. And when you hear that cover of London, you go, wow, man, that song is a great heavy song. It's great.
Who performed the music in that movie?
well, I don't know. Stuttering John had a song in that movie too, which I liked his band, Stuttering John.
I actually saw him open for Ted Nugent back in '94.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I forget the name of the song that was on that record, but it's great. It's a great song. Yeah. You know, it's I'm surprised Chuck wasn't here tonight, but he's been working his ass off. He's been getting called working later and later these days. So Six String Brian says he's 1 month on carnivore today. Really? Feels great, lost 15 pounds. Congratulations, Brian. And I'm sure you feel so much better mentally and everything else. I'm at 115 today. And what's you got to be pretty high up. 115 days on
I thought
carnivore.
you meant 115 pounds. I'm like, you're not 115 pounds.
No. What are you? What? How long have you been on it now? You got to be on like over 90. Right around 90.
About the middle of November. So we got December, January. About 3.5 months.
Yeah. Wow, it's great.
About 100 days.
Yeah.
And then it's like I've kind of hit that plateau where my weight's not really. It only fluctuates up about a pound or two, maybe it fluctuates, but other than that.
Yeah, mine goes up. I was like 84 on Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday, I'm 81 again.
Yeah, I'm the lowest I've gone is 172, but then it usually hangs about 175.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. Like I said, because of that, I started watching somebody that said if you're not hungry, don't eat. Like skip the first meal. And so today and yesterday, I've been eating actually since Saturday. I've been eating much. I eat like my first meal at 5 o'clock. I'm doing coffee in the morning, cigar, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I didn't eat.
I haven't had a cigar in 2 weeks.
Really?
That's because I haven't been able to get out.
Yeah, I've been having one a night.
Oh yeah, Elite Fitness is doing OMAD. Yeah, right now that's what I'm trying is OMAD. I don't know if I'll be able to stick with OMAD because I'll just eat when I want, but I am trying to close my window to 5 hours, so to make it so like if I eat, then I'm doing 19 hours fasting every day.
Well, I've been doing just the bulletproof coffee every morning, and then I usually never eat until at least 2 o'clock. It's like. And sometimes I just eat because I think I should. It's not like I'm not even that hungry. And I just, I should probably eat something. Because
that's what I did today. It was 5 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm not hungry. I could go the whole day without eating.
Yeah, me too.
Now, before we leave the carnivore subject, let me ask anybody here and anybody in the chat who's also doing carnivore, if you've eaten anything non-carnivore, please take your moment now, confess your sins to Dave. He'll give us the general absolution.
Dave, I had a little bit of macaroni and cheese on Sunday.
Did you?
It was actually, we went on a camping trip, me and my daughter, and it was a bunch of people. And I was pretty strict. I mean, everybody was just drinking all weekend and then eating donuts for breakfast. And
right.
I didn't have any donuts. I stuck with bacon and eggs. I did have one scoop of mac and cheese. And I was like, yeah, one scoop's not going to hurt me. So, and it didn't. So, it didn't really affect me any at all. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I just eat the same shit every day. The food thing is like, and it was so funny. I was talking to my friend in the gym today, and we were talking. I was like, how I don't miss pizza. I said, what I miss is taking a piece of. You know what scallion bread is?
No.
Scallion.
Does
bread?
anyone? What?
Scallion bread?
Scallion.
Oh, scallion.
Scally? What's that?
Does anyone here know what scally bread is in the chat? It's an Italian bread, and if you get room temperature butter and you put it on scally bread, that's like the one thing where it's like, yeah, that is a carb.
That thing. Yeah.
It's good bread. It's good. But I mean, can I not eat it for the rest of my life? Easily. I don't care. But it's just one of those things where it's like, it's good.
Oh, there was lots of.
It is a braided loaf that is covered in sesame seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Scally bread is an Italian-American style of bread made prominently in Boston, Massachusetts area.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So you're staying away from pasta. You're staying away from bread. You're staying away from a lot of weird vegetables and things like that. Fruits or what?
So I stay
Hey,
away
you.
from all bread,
Yeah.
Okay.
all carbohydrates, any vegetable, not weird vegetables, any vegetable. Call any vegetable. My friends.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Potatoes. Stay away
And,
from potatoes.
And the chances are
fruits,
good.
potatoes, anything. It's just meat and fat.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And I do not use any spices personally, although I don't frown upon it. I don't judge anyone else's thing. I just use salt. I got my blood work back, and I was very surprised to find my salt was on the low spectrum of like still in the healthy, but on the very lowest part. And I'm like, I am adding salt to everything. I thought that my salt would have been super high, but it's not.
Do
You know
that
I
what's-
thing
don't
where
crave
you
food
wake
either,
up-
Ricky.
Do that thing where you wake up in the morning and put a little bit of the Himalayan salt in a cold glass of water.
Oh, I drink salted water all the time. When we go to the cigar lounge, they just walk up to me with a glass of water with lemon and salt. And they're always like, is it too much salt? Because I think they keep pushing it every time. And I'm like, it's not. It's fine. I like it.
Now, quick cigar question.
Yes.
Do you like the Camachos?
No.
No. Okay, forget that. They had a sale. I was going to tell you about it.
Yeah, no. In fact, I swore to myself I'll never smoke another.
Yeah, I had that one that I smoked, and it was okay.
I've had some that are okay, and then most of them I'm like, I'm not enjoying. And I remember Chuck, I went to go. Somebody was asking me about Camachos on Tuesday, and Chuck starts laughing. And he goes, "Did you send me a text that says I hate Camachos?" I said, "Yeah." I was smoking one, and I just had to tell somebody how much I'm never smoking them again. He goes, I just laughed when I saw it. But yeah, I'm not a Camacho fan. Oh yeah, scally bread was good. It's good bread. Great with butter, like warm butter, like room temperature, salted butter. And so now I just eat the salted butter. I have so much butter in my fridge, by the way, everyone. It is insane. Because again, I'm at Costco. And so I buy this long, let's just call it a cream cheese log. I buy the cream cheese log. And then I'm like, oh, they have Kirkland, New Zealand grass-fed butter. And I'm like, I'll buy it. I'm like, you know what, though? I would like the separate sticks of the Kerrygold. So I got the Kerrygold also. Little did I know that Kerrygold comes in the same fucking bomb of butter.
It's a girder.
I'm like, it looks like I'm starting my own restaurant.
A cheese log and a butter girder.
All right. I put a couple of little of the Kerrygold in my coffee in the morning. Ooh.
Oh, it's the best.
Well,
It is
I've been
so
using
good.
Kerrygold too, and I found a new love for butter.
So good. The other thing is I've been stumbled. Well, I didn't stumble upon it, but I went and bought thick cut bacon at Costco. And when you make the thick cut well done, like crispy.
I did that tonight, right before the show.
Oh my God.
7 slices and then my 3 burgers.
See, I don't like. I don't.
But the fat gets that nice texture, like
Yeah,
where you
I don't
bite
like.
into it.
I don't like the thick stuff. I like the thinner stuff where it's mostly fat, and because if it's got too much of the meat, it's like it's too.
I gotta tell you.
chew it too much.
Yeah,
But
the
if you-
fat's the
Oh,
best
this is
part.
mine is not
That's
chewy
the
at
one
all.
time-
I cook it
that's
so
the-
it's crispy.
After
But it's
Well,
like
you
a
can
crispy,
crispy, though.
I like
That's-
mine a little chewy.
That's the one exception of saying that's what she said. It ain't going to work on what you just said, Matt.
What?
I don't like the thick kind. I like it thin. That's
Right.
not what she said.
Right.
That's what I fucking say. Uh-huh.
Oh, the coastal cheddar I still have in my fridge too. That's fantastic. I'm on my second one. That's fantastic. Costco's got some great stuff.
Geez, what
Especially
size
if
did you
you're
buy that in?
2 pounds.
What, the
Oh.
bacon?
Never put
It
cheese
only
in your
comes in a
coffee.
2-pound block of cheese. It's like a brick. It's ridiculous, but I love it.
You see,
You know what?
Dave?
So if I'm hungry, or if I just am like I'm mouth hungry, and it's 11 o'clock at night, I'll go down and take my knife and start cutting into the. I get more joy of cutting into this cheese that crumbles, this aged cheddar, and then I'm like, it's so good.
Did anyone else have one of those old school dads that would go to the fucking fridge, grab a slice of raw bacon and eat it?
No.
No,
That's
my
good.
mother.
That was my fucking
mother
dad.
did.
When
My
they
mother
were
ate
when
raw
they were
bacon.
born in the end of the 20s or the early 1930s, that's the shit they did.
My mother ate raw hamburger too.
Well, that's better.
That
Well,
you can eat. They
the
call that
bacon-
beef tartare.
Yeah, but the bacon you can get what they call trichinosis.
Oh, they haven't had a
He
case of
never
that.
did. He must have built up
Yeah.
a fucking immunity. It was nasty.
Well, no,
Well,
but there is a
trichinosis
kind
is-
of bacon you can eat raw. It's
Okay,
called
but you can't get immune to
Black
it because
Forest.
trichinosis is like little worms or something.
yeah, but Black Forest is a smoked bacon that, in its raw form, you can eat it raw. It's a
Okay.
German that I've eaten raw.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't eat bacon raw.
No.
I wouldn't either. I don't like.
I'm gonna.
I saw a meme about a waiter.
Elroy is saying you can't get
And,
trichinosis anymore because they send all pork through a microwave.
They irradiate it, I think.
Jeez.
Hmm.
Can
I
they?
saw a
Why
meme
is it-
about a
why is it
waiter
wrong?
and
If it's put through a microwave, wouldn't it be cooked somewhat then?
I think he meant to say irradiated.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Research
but
it, Dave.
I mean, Emerald did a thing on that where he says if you're cooking your pork to where there's no pink at all, you're overcooking your pork. You know,
Yeah.
he said there should be a little light pink inside. It should be cooked but light pink. And he went into all the things of like, yeah, well, trichinosis used to be a problem, but
Well, yeah, but pork is different. I mean, if it's a big like ham or a roast or something like that, that's different. But like I always heard bacon was a different story. I don't know. Maybe it's not anymore. But
my old
see, I'm
man used
looking it
to
up.
slice the tomato and just put it on bread and take the salt and just put a bunch of salt on it, and he would just have a tomato sandwich. I know it.
That's tomatoes always gross me out. It's like
yeah, well,
the inside looks like I'm on a larval thing or
I
something.
used to eat
Yeah,
them
I
like
know.
apples when I was a kid. Then one day I looked at it, I go, what the fuck am I doing? And I
Yeah.
couldn't stand them after that.
I know. Fucking tomatoes are disgusting inside.
I saw a meme
I
and
don't
it was
mind them
this
if they're
waiter.
chopped up. Yeah, it's the mush in the middle that I don't like. But you know, like in a salsa, I can.
Yeah, tomato fucking spooge on you.
I saw this story, or it was more of a meme, and there was a waiter, and the woman asked him. There was a woman, and she said, "Is the salmon grass fed?"
Yeah, it's one of those land salmon. We had to lasso. It's
That's great.
Oh, Shaw's last week had it was
That's
frozen.
where everybody
though,
knows
but
Shaw's
had,
is a supermarket.
wild caught salmon for $9.99 a pound. I got 2 big fillets.
That's a good price. That's what
And-
BJ's has it for.
And
all.
hamburger was $2.47 a pound if you clip the coupon. So I got like 6 pounds of hamburger.
ask her if she eats freshwater beef or saltwater.
Right. But yeah, so seems like everyone out that's still doing well. I think Hugh said he's off of bread. I don't know where Hugh. There he is. Which is great. Yeah, I
really wish
mean,
bread had no carbs.
Yeah, grass fed.
Bread.
yeah, you know, it's funny. I don't
really
miss
good
bread. It
bread.
was just funny that the conversation came up today about
Well, some things.
you know what
like-
it was? I was telling somebody my story about my cream cheese.
Mhm.
And I also get my smoked salmon from Costco. So I was like, well, I could roll the smoked salmon and cream cheese. And she was like, oh, yeah, then put it on a bagel. Like she knows I'm carnivore, so she knows I can't. And I'm just like, I can't have a bagel, but I don't even miss bagels. And she was like, you don't miss any bread? I'm like, well, scally bread. Like that's a good bread. But
Well, I'm just like
that's
they
how
had-
that conversation came up.
They had like Philly cheesesteak sandwiches at this camp out too, and I was like, just give me the steak and the
Right.
cheese. I
Well,
can't
you
have
could just
the-
eat the steak and cheese and
That's
not
what
eat
I
bread.
did. That's what
Oh,
I
yeah,
did.
good.
But
Yeah.
still, it is good with the bread though.
Of course. Yeah. I mean,
So it is a trade-off.
yeah.
They got to invent
it's
a
the
carb-free
dogs.
bread that doesn't taste like cardboard.
Yeah, so many friends of mine now are like reaching out to me to tell me they started it or they're doing it. A friend of mine up in New Hampshire now, he's probably up to like 20 pounds weight loss. He's on it for like 2.5 weeks. So I mean, it's really good. But
So many people call it keto. It's like it's not keto, man. And, you know, it's like I was talking to
No.
a guy
Yeah,
this
keto,
weekend,
you're
like,
still consuming some carbs.
yeah,
What was the cutoffs at 50 or something like that? 50 a day.
Yeah. Plus, they're like they eat nuts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Exactly, Charlie. Junior, get the lemon. Yeah, you don't get that hunger. In fact, like I say, you're never hungry on this diet, and it's not a diet; it's a lifestyle. But if you wanted to try it, I would say you could try it for 30. Previously recommended 2 Metal Lords and Heavy Trip was the other one Matt recommended.
Yeah. Heavy Trip is awesome.
You know what I watched the last been watching the 90s show. So it's the remake of the 70s show.
Right.
You guys seen any of those yet?
I've seen it advertised.
I mean, it's for kids, basically.
I have zero interest in that.
I've watched.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that 70s show that much.
Oh, you didn't
I
watch
watched
that?
a few episodes in the first season, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I generally don't watch a lot of TV. I like to watch a movie, and then I'll watch like some YouTube shit or Columbo.
Very little series type.
Although I noticed on Tubi they have Scooby Doo, and it broke it into the seasons of like the actual real seasons of Scooby Doo, and I'm like, I might watch Scooby Doo.
Season 1, yeah.
That might be enjoyable.
Speaking
I
of
loved it as a
Scooby Doo,
And what network?
on Tubi.
Oh, Tubi. I don't have that.
Yeah.
I watched Trading Places the other night. Did I tell you guys? No, I wasn't
No,
on
great
last week.
movie.
No, I sat and I watched Trading Places. So, Eddie Murphy trades places. They become rich. They make the dollar bet, all that kind of stuff, stock market
Yeah.
stuff.
Duke and Duke.
It was fun. Yeah. it's a good
Mortimer
movie.
and what was the other Duke's name? Mortimer.
Yeah.
Mortimer Duke and really a shame I'm not remembering.
Right. It's a good movie.
Krellbaum might remember if he puts his headphones on.
Yeah, I haven't showed you my tiki glasses yet.
Krellbaum, what Duke and Duke? It was Mortimer Duke, and what was the other one's named?
Trading Places.
Yeah, Trading Places, but Mortimer and
Jamie.
Don Amici and what's a
It was Don Amici and Ralph Bellamy.
Ralph Bellamy, but what was it? Mortimer and I'll have to look that up.
Jamie Lee Curtis, right? She says, oh yeah, it was Full Frontal. But Jamie Lee Curtis is like, I'm 24 years old. I live here. I have $30,000 in the bank. I was like, what?
Anyways, my tiki glass, my Scooby Doo.
Nice.
And I got Jason Voorhees.
Nice.
For my Asian drinks.
For when you sit at home and have to have a Dr. Funk.
I've
Did
had
I
a
show you
Dr.
guys my
Funk before.
Funko Pop that I have? You guys seen
I have a
these?
bunch of
know
them back
they're
here. I have
weird
them.
toys.
Don't I have them back here? I have the ZZ Top Funko Pops and the.
You have the police
Rob
too,
Halford.
don't you? No.
I actually have the Dane Zimmerman one.
Oh, that's cool. Where'd you get that?
My
Someone
lead
made it
singer
for you?
bought everybody in the band one. If you go to the Funko Hollywood location, right on Sunset's right there
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, you can walk in and get what you want. Order them. Yeah,
hilarious.
you can long blonde hair, black t-shirt, holding the guitar.
That's great.
so,
Dane
yeah.
Zimmerman, Mother of
How
Dragons.
about that? Got my own Funko Pop. And it's got our guitar, it's got our pick from our band in there.
That's great.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? I've been immortalized.
Yeah. So
People
Joe
after I'm
the
gone,
other
people
night,
look at this. Who the hell is this guy?
Joe the other night sent me a video, and it was a video of Zach Wilde picking his top 11 guitar players.
Great fucking video.
So the cool thing about Zach Wilde picking this list is he gave it with a somewhat of he spoke of a criteria, basically. That it's guitar players that meant something to him, that played a part, pivotal part in his playing and his life, and
Rhodes,
not just about being the best player, but just being someone that imparted so much stuff to him.
Frank Marino's probably on that list.
He was.
Yeah, I can see a lot of Frank Marino as
I'm
playing.
sure Randy Rhodes was in the top 2.
Oh, yeah.
The fast
Well, he wasn't going in
pentatonics
order, but
are-
he wasn't going in order. But I think Randy Rhodes was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But he wasn't going in order. Number 1, I think, was who was the first one he said?
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page.
You always
That's right.
start with Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page, and then it was Randy, and then Eddie.
Probably Albert Lee.
No,
But the best, if you ever listen to when he talks about guitar players, like Jimmy Page will be Pope Jimmy Page.
right. Everyone
Randy,
uses a name.
but Randy is Saint Randy Rhodes. You know why he does that. Saints are people who are dead. They've
Right.
passed. So he keeps in line with that. I love it.
Then
yeah, he had Holdsworth on the list, Demi Oler on the list, John McLaughlin on the list, Dimebag was on the list.
Yeah, I knew Dimebag would be on there.
What is the latest with Pantera? Did the tour collapse somehow, or they got kicked off, or what happened?
No idea.
There was some
No, that was
controversy
some
with
bullshit with Germany because of some stuff that
Phil said
Phil
like 10
had
years
said
ago.
several years ago when he was drunk off his ass.
You got to be politically correct, or Germany won't let you around.
Well, they call them racist, which I thought was kind of funny because weren't they the ones that tried to exterminate an entire fucking race?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and let them play. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to think who else was on
be
this
forgiving.
list. Steve Vai was on the list.
Mm-hmm.
He was the last one he mentioned.
And then immediately, the first reply back from Dave was, notice he didn't list Satriani on the list. And my reply right back was, not only did I notice it, but I was expecting that to be your first fucking comment, which it was. It was hysterical.
Notice he didn't mention Clapton either.
No.
I'm trying to, you know what? Surprisingly, he didn't mention Blackmore,
Yeah.
but he
Where
mentioned
was-
Ingve. He did.
where
Ingve,
was-
he said Ingve.
Where was this list? Where is it on YouTube?
Hey, Tim.
It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, and also, what I thought was great, what he said was absolutely true. He mentioned Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
And he said, none of us would have a fucking job. None of
Yeah.
us would be here and have a job if it wasn't for Tony. And you think about that for a second. Well, yeah, shit.
And I think his list is pretty good. It's definitely a personal list. But when he put his criteria out there, I mean, I did think Steve Vai was a bold person to put on that list. And when you omit guys like Blackmore or Brian May. But I also think that McLaughlin is one of those guys that always puts on these lists. And he was a great player, but his music to me was just shite. And I'm sorry if anyone out there likes the Mahavishnu, whatever it's called, orchestra. I don't.
Mahavishnu.
Oh, I like Birds of
Mahavishnu,
Fire.
Yeah, you might.
Which is a name that one guy he gave Santana his name and he gave McLaughlin his name.
David Dip. Yeah,
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Dip, Carlos Santana.
Yeah, it's
Whatever,
I
David
heard
Swami,
Dip.
they
something
were all-
yesterday. I heard something yesterday that Steve Vai announced that back in the 90s, he made a full album with Ozzy
I saw that.
that's on a shelf.
Yeah, I heard that too. I saw that.
And then he had to retract it.
Why?
I didn't hear about no retraction.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Vai said he was speaking carelessly.
Really?
I only heard the second half. I was like, what was he speaking carelessly about? Now you guys are letting me know what it was. It was something to do about Ozzy and some record. I had no idea.
Yeah, Vi kind of lost me after Passion and Warfare, except for Alien Love Secrets. I do like that EP. But
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
you're right.
anything
Steve
else
Vai
after
clarifies
that.
his Ozzy Osbourne comments. Steve Vai has clarified his recent comments that he had enough material recorded with Ozzy Osbourne for a full album. In an interview with EM Music, the guitarist said that he was sitting on a whole Ozzy record, adding that he couldn't do anything with the material because he didn't have any rights to it. But now,
Sharon.
in a social media post, Vai revealed that while there was enough music written for a whole album, The songs were never completed and would require re-recording before being released to the public. In a recent interview, I spoke a bit carelessly about sitting on an entire Ozzy album, and then the clickbait headlines went viral. And now we all want that fucking album, so get over there with Ozzy. Go visit him in his house.
Buy an Ozzy
Get
cover
it
Zappa.
fucking done. And Zach
Get
Wild
behind your
would say.
laptop. Get it
Hello,
done.
Pam.
Hey Pam. Yeah, I don't.
Hey,
I don't even know. I don't know if I would care. Like the Whitesnake album with Vi, I did not like. Even though the guy who wrote all the tunes was
Well, if Ozzy has all his
Vandenberg.
vocal parts already finished from the 90s, Ozzy was pretty good in the 90s.
Yeah, but why would he have to say he needs to re-record them?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Sharon heard the record and she's like, it sucks. Who knows?
How would she know?
Hey, you're around it
He
enough.
probably does have a pretty good ear.
The
though,
Ultimate
honestly.
Sin sucks.
I love that album.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Tell
I
me you
saw
like
that
Bark
door.
at
I
the Moon.
saw it.
Bark at the Moon's a tough album, I think. I wanna
is
like it
on the
so
Ultimate
much.
Sin? What songs are on there? Do you got a track listing? The Ultimate Sin?
Shot in the Dark.
Yeah, Shot in the Dark, Killer of
I
Giants.
love that song.
Oh, Killer of Giants.
I'm a bass player. It's a bass player too.
That's the
The,
worst.
the song "Ultimate Sin" has got a
Love
pretty
that
heavy
song.
riff.
I mean, when you compare it to like one of the records that compare it to any side, forget about an album, any side of a Randy Rhoads album,
Oh,
and
no
Bark at the
comparison.
Moon and Ultimate Sin are just horrendous.
Yeah, agreed.
You can't put a
comparison,
side together that compares to one of those sides of Randy's. That to me is that's what you got to go against. I think Zach did a good job the second time he played. What was the second album Zach did? No More Tears?
Yeah, 91, I think.
No more beers.
They got voted the solo of the year.
What, No More Tears?
Yeah.
They have a Solo of the Year award? Who's giving
Yeah,
that
and
away?
guitar player or whatever. One of those guitar
What gay
rags.
publication are you reading that's doing that? Solo of the Year. There was a song, something
I like those two records.
for nothing. What? That's Rush, right? Something for nothing. Gang, right? Is that on 2112?
Which song?
Something for nothing.
Yes, it is. Side 2.
Yeah. That keeps.
Did
coming up
anyone
on my
listen to
mind.
side 2 of that record?
Yeah, it's a
Oh, I like Jakey Lee a lot as a guitar player. As a songwriter, I don't really care for him much. I mean,
Oh, Jakey Lee was great in his early years.
he's better than George Lynch would have been with Ozzy.
Here we go.
Just saying. I'm a George Lynch fan. I can't hide it. I just find his whole everything's just so awkward.
You seem to waffle on George a lot. Sometimes you're like completely against him, and then you go, "But that solo, it was a good solo, but the sound sucked."
Yes. Well, on that album, I think that was that was George Lynch's his one album of greatness is on Tooth and Nail. I think his playing, his note choices, everything he did was good except that tone of and partially not his fault. Because I don't know who was producing it. Guys.
They
can
went
go in
through
and
two producers on that. He was so hard to deal with. They went through two different producers on that, or engineers.
I don't know how tough it is. You put a 57 and a ribbon on the mic. I mean, on the speaker, and then make sure what's coming out of the speaker sounds good. But that sound is terrible on that record.
Well, he was, supposedly using Randall's back then. That's what he was endorsing.
Yes. Yeah, he's used a lot of different stuff. He was doing ADAs too, ADA MP1s. I think
Well,
that was
Randall,
probably
there you
his
go.
best.
Because Dimebag has a terrible tone too.
Mm-hmm.
He used those Randalls.
When I saw him open for Judas Priest in '86, he just had the stack of Marshalls, and it sounded pretty dry and awful too.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
So Bob Daisley wrote the lyrics to Bark at the Moon.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm
He wrote the lyrics to a lot of songs.
Wrote the lyrics to everything.
And Jakey Lee wrote all the guitar parts.
Mhm.
So why is it when you look at the record and you see who wrote the song, it just says Osborne?
Yeah, because on Bark at the Moon, he fucked everybody.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I just saw where Bob Daisley said he was hired to finish the lyrics and everything, and was like, he agreed to just take a payment and be done. You know?
Yes.
So it was like, you know, they paid him
On
to do
that
the job.
album.
On Bark at the
Because he
Moon.
gets credit on the Randy stuff.
Right. But no, on the Bark at the Moon, because he was, you know, he found out they had already hired the other bass player, and he's like, oh, he goes, well, fuck this place, and they needed to finish the album, so they came to him and said, look, man, why can you just, you know, finish the lyrics or write the lyrics for us, and we'll pay you so much, and you'll just be done. And he's like, all right. So he took like a couple of weeks, wrote all the lyrics, got paid, and was out of there.
Yeah. And he's very cool. What I like about Daisley is he doesn't take, like, he gives Ozzy some credit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he says, because people were saying to him, like, do you think, you know, so Ozzy didn't write the songs? And he's like, well, I wouldn't say that, because the music gets written, and then Ozzy comes in and kind of mumbles the melody of how he wants things, and he'll give words stuff and say, like, oh, have that in there. So they're writing around Ozzy's framework.
Yeah, he does come up with vocal melodies, I do believe.
Yeah. Well, enough that Daisley was like, he basically was like, it gets so easy to write with Ozzy because you have such a strict guideline that you know that type of thing. I also watched a little documentary on Yes where they were talking about John Anderson lyrics don't mean anything. He just write words to make it sound good in the context of the music. And then he tries to make sense of it later, and sometimes it just doesn't pan.
Yeah, I mean, recite the lyrics to Roundabout. You're like, what the fuck is this song about?
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, you pulling up a list, Joe? I see you're eyeballing. No.
Oh, I wanted to say when we were coming in, you had a thing on there on the screen that says how to overcome gear acquisition syndrome. And I want to know what's your proposed solutions for that?
Stop buying gear and focus on playing. So the reason I wrote that thing was I had just come out of doing a session, and I brought two guitars to the session. I brought a humbucker guitar in case they wanted a humbucker sound. And I brought my yellow Strat, which is 3 single coils. When I plugged in, I plugged in my yellow Strat first, and I did everything on the yellow Strat. There was nothing I couldn't do. The sound would have been minimally different. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck does people think they need 9 different guitars? It's like,
hey, the producer wanted that 60 cycle hum, Dave. You didn't have it.
Exactly. I was like, you got to be absolutely shitting me. You just go and you play. You play what if you want to buy something because you want to write something, you want to be inspired with a guitar with a Bigsby, I get it, but you don't need it. And really what most people need is to play, is to get playing and play a lot. That's where the joy is. I know we as men and women, we're collectors. You know, when you smoke cigars, you then want to start buying cigars, and you want to buy, and try all these different cigars. And, the cigar thing is really about enjoyment. You're relaxing, you're enjoying it. And it's also not that expensive. But when it gets to collecting things that become expensive, like pedals or guitars, I think, a guitar player, maybe 10 is a lot. Maybe it's not. But I just think the gear acquisition shit is easily overcome by just playing. The more satisfied you are playing, the less you're going to be like, oh, I need this. Especially if you play your instrument for a while and then you go play somebody else's, you're going to be like, I don't like this. I like mine. Because you're used to it. You know what I mean?
I think I cured it just by looking at all the guitars and saying, wow, if I ever have to move all this shit. I better sell off a bunch of this stuff.
Well,
Today, I bought 11 guitars from the same dude. And
what'd you
he
get?
has this thing bad. He's got the gas bad. And so he sold me 11 and he sent me pictures. Yesterday, he started sending me photos on my phone. And he's like, I got 45 guitars, LOL. I need to get rid of a couple of them. And he goes and he started sending me photos. And I ended up getting all kinds of stuff. And it boiled down to every guitar ended up being like $272 a piece.
Wow.
And so I was getting really cool. Yeah, I bought 11 guitars for $3,000.
Yeah.
So this guy,
I mean, but not your personal. This is for your store.
Huh?
Let me ask you a quick. You didn't get. They're not all Glaries because then you got ripped off.
No, they are not. They're Epiphone. I can grab one and show you.
Go ahead.
If you want to see one?
The show's
Okay, I'll
for.
grab
Go
one.
get all fucking 12 of them.
I'll get one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you look at like this guitar, has been the main guitar that I play when I'm in here. This is a Mexican Strat body. The neck is a Warmoth neck, and like with
question.
These pickups are fantastic. Everything about this guitar I love with the stainless steel frets. If somebody came in here with a custom shop, it blows away any Strat that's in a store.
So, Dave, when you ordered your Warmoth neck, did you have to measure the pocket on the body, the neck pocket? And
not for the Mexican and American, same pocket.
Okay, so you can just go and I mean, do they? I've never ordered any parts from Warmoth. So if you order a neck and it's a Fender style neck, does it come with like standard like neck pocket dimensions?
The holes, yep, and the holes.
All right,
and yeah. And so you can order. So the nut. When I order it. Let me make you big, Zim. When I order it, I order it with the 1 3/4 nut width. You can order any nut width you like, and I order the Clapton V because that's the one I like. Oh, that's cool. That's an Epiphone.
Yeah.
It's based on the '68 Les Paul custom.
That's nice.
So half the problem with guys getting the gear acquisition syndrome is if you come across something and at $275,
that's weird though with the color. Let me see the back of that.
If you see something like this for $275, you have to jump at it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's half the fun. It's the old, you go out and you're looking for a deal. And when something falls in your lap like this, you got to jump at it. And a lot of people are like, dude, I'd be a fool to not buy that thing at $275. So after 10 years of doing it, you end up with 40 guitars because
Dane, is the gold around the pickup?
That thing.
Is the gold around the pickup part of the pickup?
No, that's just like a pickup cover that's been cut out.
Yeah, it's a ring that doesn't. It's like a ring that should have the whole cover over the front, but it's just the edges. Yeah,
it's a cool idea.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
Ebony
if you're the kind of guy that you're bored, you're looking for something to do, you find a smoking deal on a guitar, you play it for 6 months or 2 years or whatever, and then you sell it off. What
are you going to sell that guitar for?
I have it priced at $600.
Oh, perfect. Everyone, $600. Somebody jump on it right now. Call Dane. Let's get this sold right now, folks. Let's get him called right now, folks. For those who are watching, it's Zim's Guitars, 480-242-3742.
Welcome
Call
to
live
Dave's
on the
Home
show.
Shopping Channel.
Does it come with a case?
The serial number starts with a 18.
And does that come with a case or no case?
No, it didn't have a case. It came in a gig
All right,
bag.
no case.
But it's gig bag. Hey.
Oh, it has a gig bag?
That's what he said.
All right, gig bag, folks. $600 for an Epiphone Les Paul custom.
So again, Dave, you do have a point. You need this guitar. If you already have a couple guitars, if all you have are Fender guitars and maybe a Tele, then yeah, you want to experiment with one of these things. If you can get the right price at it, so that's how it starts. You find yourself a deal on something.
It's a weird guitar. Let me see this guitar. Turn it around.
Beautiful
Does
guitar.
a Les Paul Custom doesn't have the bind? It's not double bound, is it?
A Les Paul Custom is, yes.
Double bound?
Yes.
The back and front? I thought why
Yes.
was I thinking?
I've had many Les Paul Customs. Yes, they are double bound.
Double bound. All right.
Yeah.
Does it look legit to you guys?
Yeah.
It's called
That's
the
a
Custom
beautiful- I almost
Pro.
bought
Yeah, it
one of
looks
those.
good. Let's see. Let's get the next guitar out.
Get another one.
Folks, welcome to Dave's Antique Roadshow. We have Zim showing off his guitar collection today. There you go, Mikey. Good. Also, folks, if you're looking for a deal on strings or a Fender,
You like Ernie Ball strings.
if you're looking for some cables, I see there's cables there. He also has Dunlop strings. He's one of the few shops that carries Dunlop. This is an ESP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the LTD.
Yep, the EC1000.
See, it's
This
still
is a-
dusty. I haven't cleaned it
Hold
up
on
yet.
a second. What is up with the? Is that? Can I see that nut again? Why did it look like the nut was oversized? Oh, it's just because it goes into the binding. Okay.
Feels pretty good here.
Where's it crafted? Is that the Korea or Indonesia?
I think this is Korean.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Okay.
Really?
One
changed.
W18 locking.
Yeah, they changed a while ago, probably like 10 years ago.
Trail by
And
Locking
LTD I
tuners,
bought in
gold hardware.
2013.
Folks, if you want this guitar, Dane will put a new set of strings on for you at
Yeah, shine it up a little bit.
Dusted
the
all.
low price of, what are you selling that
That
for?
neck. This one's $700.
$700.
I'm surprised that doesn't have EMGs in it.
It has a really thin neck compared to that Epiphone.
Right.
It feels narrower. It feels thinner.
And that's a 25-inch scale as well, isn't it? Is that?
It definitely looks like a long scale.
Yeah, I think the
No, I'm pretty sure
LTDs.
it's 24 3/4. I could go get my tape measure if you
Well,
want.
why are you asking more
It's
for
got
that one than
24
the
frets
Epiphone?
too.
I think the Epiphone looks cooler than that one.
Yeah, Epiphone.
My
definitely
son
looks
was
cool.
in earlier today, and I said, "Bri, go on Reverb, see what they're going for. Throw some price tags on a few things."
And
So
those are
that's what he
going
found.
for more than the Epiphone Les Paul Customs.
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, this
Fair
is why
enough.
we have gas
Tonight
right
only,
here.
folks. 650
When you
tonight
get good
only.
broken deals on stuff. I love buying guitars. Oh man, I bought 2 Carvin guitars that are so nice, and they have the build sheets inside the cases. One is from 2007.
Yeah,
And
you know
it's
what's a
got
good thing is
the-
tell us about it instead of showing us.
You want me to go get it? It's all the way in the back. But I
We'll
found
wait.
this guy.
How big
This
is your
guy got
store,
a hold of
man?
me, okay?
Do a police sketch of
His
it. Don't show
father
it.
had gas. Okay, this guy gets a hold of me.
Korean
His
guy
father
came in with
has
it.
gas. He's got 30 Carvins in mint condition. I bought the first 4. I went over to this guy's house. He goes, yeah, I'm asking blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to tell you, but I'm asking this amount of money for the Carvins. He opened up a case. I looked at the guitar for like 1 minute. I looked down the neck. I looked at it for a minute, said, okay, I'll take that one. Opened the second case, looked at it for 1 minute. It took me 1 minute to
Pack it
look
up.
at
I'll
it.
take it.
Okay, I'll take that one. Then 10 minutes, I wrote him my check, and out the door I went. And he's got 28 more of them waiting for me to go over there. And get.
What kind are they? I know they're Carvins,
Carvins.
but what models?
Oh.
What?
We're going to have to see because as far as we know right now, they're just in a
Talk
case.
amongst yourselves. I'll go grab
All
it.
right.
I'll grab it. This is a good show tonight.
Dane was like, "Why are these in mint shape? Because they're carvings. No one's playing."
That's like saying, I've got a mint condition Toyota out here that everybody's after.
There was a customer. He was a session guy. I forget his name, but he was a session guy over at the Village, and he came in time. He used to come in all the time, and one time he brought his '56 Strat, and this thing was beat to shit. And he says to me, "You know, when you see these vintage Strats and they look brand new," he goes, "Yeah," he goes, "because they play like shit." I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
He goes, "It's not a mystery why no one's playing them." But carving these, so folks, he has some carvings for sale. These eventually you can erase the name and put a Kiesel logo on them. I actually think carving is a cooler name than Kiesel.
Yeah. Kiesel sounds like Schlemiesel or something.
Yeah, it sounds like diesel.
Oh, what's that?
That's a carving.
Is that the Aries body?
This is the.
I like that. What does that say?
What-
Make them full screen, Dave. Make them full screen.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, what's
Dave.
it
Hold
say?
on.
Headstock.
Fucking Dave.
What's that headstock say?
Go back. Do the headstock again.
24 frets, 3 single coils.
That's a 25
Are those
inch
rails?
scale, definitely. Not
Oh,
25
Okay,
and a
and
half, but
because
25.
these are custom guitars,
White
White
Mischief.
they would print or they would cut any truss rod cover that you ask for.
This
You know,
basically is
Trophy
the
shop
white.
will do the same thing.
They
Carvins
could
were
have just
not.
called it the white sky.
Carvins are all factory direct. Even back in the day, they were all factory direct. The Kiesels are right now. You can't go to Guitar Center and buy a brand new Kiesel or an old Carvin. Well, you can buy old ones, but they're
Okay,
all
so this one
factory
has
direct.
the.
They would call the factory and they would build the guitar to your specs. They would give you
This
a
looks
certain
like-
model.
neck through.
They
That's
build
a
them.
neck through body.
Yeah.
It is.
And so here's one issue though. I could have went and bought all 30 of them. Instead, I bought 4. Because if you look on Reverb, and even though I don't
All right.
buy stuff on Reverb,
Jerry, welcome. Hold on, Jerry. I'm going back to
Look
full
on
screen, but
Reverb.
hang in there.
hey Jerry, you look on Reverb, there's 166 Carvins for sale currently on Reverb.
Yeah, that's not shocking. They actually make good guitars. I mean, I'm not trying to. It's one of those things where they're definitely a better value than what people are giving them.
It's an
street
American-made
cred
guitar.
for.
This guitar has its original build.
Upside down.
yeah, but don't put
Yeah, that's
the
the
guy's
original
address
build
there.
sheet.
Don't put the address.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
$1,000
was that
guitar
price?
back in August of 07 was when this guitar was ordered and purchased.
For the same money today, you can get a 24 pack of eggs.
I'm not enjoying the abalone inlay. I prefer black dots.
Baloney.
Are those Seymour Duncan hot stacks or Carvin's version?
No, those are carving rail pickups.
It's a little
And
too
how does the-
pretty.
Rail. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and the
well,
next
they
painted
call
on
them
the
the
back.
S2s or something like that.
Okay, folks, we're gonna start the bidding on the White Mischief.
Is that what it is? A
That's
mischief?
what it's called. It says that on the truss rod cover.
Right,
The
White
name of the
Mischief.
band the guy was in.
Just call it the honky.
The Cracker.
White Troublemaker.
The
Saltine.
Carvin Cracker.
Her
Jerry's
name's
gonna love this
Saltine.
Was that
The
another one?
Peckerwood.
This
what's
is a
this
telly
one's
version.
Same batch.
Same guitar.
Yeah.
That's Mint Green.
Seafoam.
There's a lot, too much open space on that fucking thing.
Yeah, it needs a guard, like a fake
Guard. It
guard.
needs a bunch of Marvel
Ebony
stickers.
board.
Surfs up.
That's it. What are those,
Surfs up
Because
and
Spurzels?
because it's
Oh,
in
got
seafoam
Spurzel.
green.
Made in
Oh,
the
that's
USA.
Seafoam, okay.
Are those really Spurzels or Carvin Spurzels?
Is that a real poncho or a Sears poncho?
I saw that coming, Dave. Jesus Christ.
Those look like real sparzels.
Look here, brother.
Nice heel. Where you from?
Well, it's got to be neck through. A lot of their shit's neck through.
It's very blasé, I must say.
The guy who bought that guitar, like a week later, they changed their name to Kiesel. So the reason, actually, it's a nice looking guitar.
It's got the
Those
series
pickups-
parallel switch, 3-way switch, carbon pickups. They put a double slug under each string in a carbon pickup.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, you're saying are you sure that's what the thing says? It's a series parallel switch?
Did he
I'm pretty
free?
sure it is.
Let's look at the build sheet.
I didn't get a build sheet on this one.
Well, so you're saying it would be just weird if because you're talking about only in the middle position then. That's where you're in series, and then the switch would be to go in parallel. All right, Watchman, thanks for hanging, bro.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I've had a couple guys. I just got these Sunday, so it's a week ago Sunday.
Are those stacked?
So I've had them
stacked
for 8
humbuckers?
days now, and a couple of guys have
Could be
played it and
split.
said, I think it's a series parallel switch. So that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Now, this was seeing
Expert
feed
opinion.
from the same mold they used for Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah. Every cake was the same. Fudgy and
Yeah.
Cookie Puss.
Same fucking
Car
same
smells
cake.
like a brand new
Fucking
Gibson.
Cookie
I can
Puss.
smell
That
the
motherfucker.
I can smell the nitro finish on it. It smells like a brand new Gibson.
Don't forget, Wednesday is Sunday here at Carvel.
Stainless steel frat, 70 board.
Fucking
Really? Stainless steel fret? How did you know all this without a build sheet?
The dude.
And this
Get
one
another
says
one.
surfs up. It's surf
Next.
green.
These
This
are
is why
excellent.
we have gas, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, it's not doing it for me. Like, and they're nice guitars, and if somebody handed me that guitar, I would definitely play it, and it's definitely
shot.
playable.
Very
But like I
cool
said,
shot.
it's one of those things where I have a guitar. All right, Speed for Hire is saying next. You have another, Carvin? You had 4, right?
The other two I bought were Kiesel.
Let's see him.
Get them out.
Oh, so that means we can't see them? We don't see. You only can talk about them?
Don't even look at them.
6-string Brian. Call me at the shop tomorrow. $800 just for you, plus shipping.
Wow.
Just for you.
Because I know him. I know 6-string Brian. Well, just
Of
from
course.
internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Nice
let's see
little
the
action.
Kiesels.
Looks like it's got 10s on it.
Okay.
I grow weary of this guitar. Please
Enough
bring
noodling.
another.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, Noodlemeister. Let's see the Kiesels.
We're live every Monday night, Frank. YouTube sent me a letter saying any more than that, and we're going to just shut you off. No, I'm kidding. Let's welcome back Jerry. Jerry, what's happening, man?
You know, trying to keep myself busy.
Nice. How's the weight?
I went up a couple pounds, and I've been thinking about this. I had a little plumbing issue here at the house, so that took me out of my walking regimen, and I didn't really walk for a week. And then maybe I was a little stressed because, you know.
What did you eat?
Oh, just more of meat. You know, I just ate a lot of fucking hamburger. I ate like 3 pounds of hamburger. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Oh, you think it's because
In a
of
day.
cortisol?
You know,
That's all right. That won't put any weight on you. It's not weight that's
Yeah,
going to...
you know, it puts fucking weight into me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm carrying
Sure.
around. So, and I drink a lot of fucking cream, as I'm kind of surmising, and so I'm taking in a lot of calories, Dave.
Yeah.
And I didn't walk so much. So
Dave will
Who's
give you the
retracting?
general
Who's
absolution.
retracting?
All right.
Why are messages getting retracted?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Let me take
Why
a look.
is Speedfire message retracted? What happened
Oh,
with
well,
Speed?
he's the one that retracted, so it's like
I know, but why?
I have
Speed,
no idea
what's
what
up?
he said.
Frank Bianchi, Speed for Hire. Who is that? You, Hugh? What are you doing? You're the only one in there with a wrench.
No,
No, it's not Hugh. It's not anyone because it would say by Hugh.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait. Hold on. We got the body first. Let's just take. Hold on, Jerry. Let me make it big. You're big.
Oh.
Boy,
Did I show
all right.
you this
So you
before?
sprayed it.
It's been resprayed. I just sanded it to like 800. See how it's kind of, I'm debating on whether to spray it a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, you're going to choke the wood. It won't have the resonance if you keep spraying. I'm joking.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get a nice
I
shiny
like
guitar, you
gold.
know what I mean? So, I don't know, dude. It looks pretty good.
You know what
My
Kenny
other one-
Bania thinks of that guitar? It's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Yes.
Nice. All right, hold on. We got Zim's back with another guitar.
Well, we didn't really get to see that red one that much.
What red one?
The one he pulled out the red one, then you made Jerry big. It's like
There it
What's
is.
this here? No, he was putting the carbon
There it is
away.
again.
All right.
no, he
Magic
had the red one out
television.
before.
I like that. That's a nice
So-
frame.
Another Carvin or Kiesel?
This is Kiesel.
Isn't it the same fucking thing? Same. Wow,
Yeah.
look at
Yeah,
the
basically.
Oh,
headstock.
this is nice. It's Ruby in
Ruby
the dust.
in the dust.
Oh, wow, cute.
Ruby's takeaway.
What is with this guy in his all his?
That guitar would be brown.
Bolt on. Okay.
Oh God.
So is the grain like exposed or unfilled?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's bond board, if you will, or whatever.
Yeah,
kinda
you know what?
I kinda like
Schecter
that.
did this paint job on the Omen back in 2003 and
Okay.
sold a mint of them.
it's
This
cool
one
looking.
doesn't have, excuse me for saying this, Zim, but this one, resale value is going to be a tough one on this, even though it's made in USA because of that. Although some people may like this really worn, the look. But it's definitely.
This one is from 2018.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying manufacturing wise, it's much easier to make this than the other ones. What is
Look
the
at
price
that,
of
the
said guitar here? What is this
Laminated
one?
neck too.
This one, I'm trying to get $1,000 for it.
Okay.
When this was ordered, the bare boned version of this guitar is $1,400 from Kiesel when they ordered it, and then the price can go up from there based on if you put stainless steel frets or ebony board or whatever.
Is this
guitar
stainless steel
does
frets on
have
this one?
Again, with
I
the
think they
message is
are.
getting retracted.
Speed fire. Those are stainless, yeah.
And this does have a, two pickups. So you would think there would be a 3-way switch, but it's got a 5-way switch. So I
Okay,
think
so
in
it's a
this
5.
position,
It's a mega
you're-
switch.
you're-
Yeah.
Second position, I think it's full humbucker. Middle position full. I think in this position you're maybe
It's tapping
just
a
this,
coil.
or maybe both of them.
Yeah, it's a They use a mega switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ibanez uses a mega switch on their guitars. 5-way mega instead of a 5-way.
What are
Right,
those
standard.
tuners?
They look like Spurzels.
They look like.
Well,
but I don't-
they're actually Kiesel branded.
Yeah, exactly. Flip her over.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Oh,
are
yeah.
Kiesel, yeah.
Bang. There you go.
I have ADD. Can you make them so they're all the names line up on the back?
That's OCD.
Oh yeah. What I say, ADD? Yeah,
ADD.
you're right, OCD.
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Right. It's like the old joke, they say, people tell me I'm too self-centered, but forget about them.
They put the serial number on the output jack here.
How Rickenbacker of them.
142234, made in the USA.
Yeah. The Rico sound.
Yeah. I like that great open grain thing there. That's cool. It looks
Oh, you
good.
do. See, that's what I said. It's something for
Well,
everybody. To
Fender
me, I
came
look
out
at
with
it.
that, like
I think-
Yeah, Fender Sandblasted series, right?
Oh, that's what they called it. Sandblasted. Yeah.
I just remember Schecter did it first. Now, is that a Gibson Les Paul there, or is that an Epiphone? What is that? That looks like it says Gibson.
It does. Isn't that there all the time?
I don't know. We got another one coming out of a gig bag. Oh, that's it?
No, I'm done.
Oh, all right.
Guys, this episode is about how to handle your gear acquisition syndrome. Not for me to add to it.
Right, but let's see. Well, this could also be my first time at being the auctioneer. All right, we got Cheech's info.
So just tell us.
I haven't speak to him now.
What is the fourth guitar? Just tell us what it is. What does it look like?
It's an older Kiesel that is shaped like a Les Paul, and it's all pretty much painted white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a white Les Paul style, but it's
An older
Kiesel.
Kiesel carbon.
Well, but it's still an early Kiesel, I think he means to say.
Yeah, I think the whole Kiesel thing is
2014 they switched over.
Yeah, Jeff Kiesel, the great grandson, took over the guitar manufacturing part of Kiesel, and another brother sister ended up with the electronic part of Carbon. Jeff Kiesel, that ended up with the guitar portion of it, changed the name back to his family name, which was Kiesel, and so he pretty much rebranded using his actual name.
The family name is Kiesel. Yeah,
family name is Kiesel.
Yeah, Cheats is asking me if I ever speak to John Weezon. Is he even still on YouTube? I have no idea. He used to come on this show, and then he was working more on music stuff, but I don't talk to him now. I don't know him in real life, only through YouTube.
So you mean this isn't real life?
No.
Right now?
No, not really. This is you're actually looking at a screen, and there'll be 5 other dudes sitting with you in that screen.
Oh, I get it.
We're in a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know
A
what you're
movie.
but we're in a movie.
Jerry, what's been happening? You know who I saw today was Derek Navin. I saw today in the gym.
I was on the phone with him.
Navin Johnson?
You were on the phone with him today?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
He wants to get out of his truck, so.
Well, tell him to open the door.
I know.
See,
that's good. He looks good.
Well, yeah, he hasn't done carnivore, but he's on the fence.
Well, I told him, he wants to lose that little bit more weight. It'd be, not a bad way to go. And stay with his workout routine and stuff.
Yeah, he's in the gym. We were talking. He was the guys who I did the session for yesterday. He was thinking about maybe playing with them. So,
yeah, what type of band?
They rock. Chris over at Ben's.
Yes,
his band.
They need a guitar.
Wait, didn't we see them? Wasn't I there with you when
I think we saw their their resurgence after 25 years. That was the debut.
That's right. They're still together.
Yeah, but
Thank you, Randolph Duke. It's Mortimer and Randolph.
Yeah, I looked it up earlier. I meant to
Okay, what was the
Yeah,
forgot.
But you had no problem running to get your fucking Scooby Doo tikis. But to give me the fucking name.
What was the name of the butler that took care of Winthorpe? What was the butler's name?
Mr. French.
Jeez.
Now I can go. Now I can go to the movies by myself.
Winthorpe. Oh yeah. No, not that guy. The guy that lived with Winthorpe.
You ever felt like you're in a movie? My whole life. Say it again, Dane.
I was saying it's the guy that actually lives with Winthorpe and took care of him and everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name.
Coleman.
Coleman.
Yeah. What was the actor's
Denham
name? It begins with
Elliott.
a D, doesn't it?
Yep, Denham Elliott.
Yeah, Denham Elliott, right. Yeah, Maurice Casey's right there. He was in a bunch of stuff. All right, what do you got in your hand now, Jerry? That looks different.
Well,
is that
this
the
is
same
the body. I just splayed it, some more gold. and there's a couple. I don't know. There's a bunch of coats of clear on it. And
how are you going to get the neck on that guitar if there's a stick right there in the neck pocket?
Due time. I'll figure it out as I go. Yeah. So I don't know. All the components are kind of here.
What
I
pickguard?
had to widen the neck pocket for the neck I got and all that shit. It's already.
Oh yeah, because you like the big fat butt.
You know it, baby. So I don't know. It's weather related. If I painted some more, but I don't know. I just feel like what happened was I blew through, and I had to put more paint on, and then I don't know. It might have just.
How much snow are we getting tonight, Jerry?
Well, the alarmists are saying 4 to 8, but I think we'll probably get 2 or 3 over here this way.
That's what I think.
I hope the fuck it just rains, dude.
It's gonna rain by the morning.
Afterwards, it's gonna rain. So what if it just rains the whole fucking time? That'd be great. You know what I mean? So that could happen. In the words of John Panette.
I heard 5 to 7.
Happen. So
Yeah, it's right now. I'm back at the weather, and I don't see anything. It's 50 degrees right now.
What the?
Where the fuck?
No, it's
where
not
are you?
50 degrees.
Yeah. You're another. No. What the hell's that?
Oh, Canton, Ohio.
Zim
That's
store.
me looking out my front
is that
window.
Is that the parking lot in front of your
Yeah, it's
store?
like 60 degrees out right now.
Oh, nice. Where is everybody though? No one's around.
Well, it's 7:30, so everybody's.
Oh, it
closed.
says now chance of snow has gone down tonight, and now it says 1 to 3 expected.
There you go. Cool. Good.
1 to 3 feet.
Hush up.
1 to 3 inches.
Yeah.
Well, according to this, I should be having snow. Right
Now, see, I just got a different perspective. Whenever I'm seeing Dane in the camera, it looks like he's like deep into his store, but he's actually like right by the front window or whatever that is right there. So
Front door. Yeah.
people can walk down the street and watch him on the air.
Yeah. That's if he was advertising his shop properly. You should have a big sign that says every Monday night
Live on
live.
Dave's Guitar Channel.
Yeah.
Come see me do a live TV show.
There's got to be a reason that I do this, other than just hanging out, right?
Yeah, it's called earning a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of pedals,
Oh,
guitars
you do have a lot of
everywhere.
pedals.
Yeah.
So
a
the
bunch
question,
of Strats hanging up right over there.
So again, like I wanted to say, all the pedals I have, which I have over 100, many boards, all these amps, and I go in and I use Native Instruments fucking guitar rig, and the thing sounds fucking great, good enough to record. And I'm sitting there like, and funny thing was when they asked me, they go, "Do you want to bring an amp? Are you going to bring an amp?" And I said, "Do you want me to bring an amp?" I'm like, "I can bring my 2501 Marshall JCM 900, but then I'll bring my board with it. And do you have a ribbon mic? Because I like a ribbon and then I'm like, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, can you just use guitar rig?" And I'm like, "Yes." I guess some people don't like playing into stuff like that, but to me, it's just
It's not
easy, whatever.
real.
No, but I play. I mean, Matt, when you practice, are you plugging in or are you playing acoustically most of the time?
Both. I mean, I usually plug into that little Vox practice amp I've got, but I also have this little Yamaha thing that kicks ass. That
I always
that
used to
little
do
TR.
unplugged all the time.
TR, yeah,
TH,
yeah, it's
whatever
a
it is.
TR, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that thing's cool as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I did turn on the big Marshall a couple of weeks ago just to
You did?
see if it was still kicking, and it sounded great.
Yeah. I mean, I play this when I do lessons. I have a Fender Mustang, little crappy thing here. And it's fine for when I do lessons. Other than that, I'm never plugging in. And it's so funny because you guys know Ricky. Remember Ricky Hayes came on this show? Vintage Sound Amps.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Ricky reached out to me last week. He has a friend that's doing a sports podcast and was just asking me for some help and stuff. And I'm like, man, Ricky's amps are so fucking like. If I had that, would I? And I keep thinking, but would I turn it on?
Hey,
and play
Larry.
it? Like I wouldn't keep it in here. but would I play it? And that's the only thing stopping me right now. It's like, would I play it? I don't. Like, as I sit in my room and I play my guitar, and I have 2 amps in that room, and I'm not plugging in. It's too much work.
Not for me. The amp's already plugged in. You just put the cord in and go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's too much work to me. I just sit down and I play, and I'm like, I just like acoustically, it sounds fine. I don't know.
I'm with you, Dave.
No,
you don't plug in.
Nope. Just
No,
work.
I'd go for long periods of time where I wouldn't plug in. I would just sit on the couch with it or something. But if I really want to, work on something, I want to hear it, and I want to hear some sustain or some harmonics and stuff, then
Right. Yeah.
nice to have one.
Elroy's working on a Mitchell Strat custom
Mitchell
neck. Right. That's the Don. What's his name? Joe Don Baker guitar.
Mitchell. The best.
Well, Wayne Mitchell was the actual founder of Guitar Center.
Oh,
That's why they sell. That's why they sell Mitchell products.
Did you ever see that MST3K episode?
Oh yeah.
Every
Joe
5
Don
seconds,
Baker.
someone's just going Mitchell.
Yeah. So did I ever tell you me playing cards with Joe Don Baker?
What?
Yep.
I'm at Hollywood Park Casino. Was it Hollywood Park?
This is the flex story.
No, I'm sorry. I was at the bicycle club. And I'm sitting playing poker, and I'm there at the table for like a half hour. My buddy Mike, remember Mike Riley? Matt, do you remember Mike Riley?
I remember that name.
Used to work over at Fit Lifestyles, but he worked at Gold's with me before you got there.
Yeah,
but anyway, so Riley comes up to me because he was playing cards at another table, and he sits down behind me, and we're talking, and he goes, "Hey, that's Joe Don Baker you're playing with," and I'm like, "Where?" He's like, "Right there," and I'm like, "The old guy?" So I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that is Joe Don Baker." What's that? Yeah, but he looked like he's definitely. I mean, I think he's passed away by now, but he was old, and he looked very frail. And I looked at him, and I was just staring at him because I hadn't looked at him the whole time. I'm playing cards. I'm not eyeballing, And then he finally looks up at me, and I said, "Fat Sam left the beach today." So did Gummy. That's when it occurred to me there's something happening around here that I've become aware of. And he just looks at me and goes, "Is that Fletch?" I said, I'm laughing. I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I never understood that movie. That movie was terrible." I said, "But you liked Mitchell?" And then he went on to tell me this fucking long story of how he loved working on the movie Mitchell because it was shot in Fiji. They paid him crazy money. I was just like, meanwhile, the only reason I know it is from ST3.
Yeah. Anyone knows that is because MST3K.
Yeah,
Mitchell.
So but I just thought it was hysterical because he was defending Mitchell, and I'm sitting there quoting Fletch, and he hates Fletch. But the guy, you wouldn't think for a minute the guy would say, "Why do you know that line?" Like from Fletch, it's like the only line I know in the whole movie. Fat Sam left the beach today, and so did Gummy. That's when it occurred to me there's something happening around here that I should become aware of. Have I seen Blind Robbie Barton from Lawrence, Mass? I have not. Lawrence is up on the North Shore. And I don't get up to the North Shore that much. No, McLeod was Dennis Weaver.
Is old.
Yep. What's going on here?
Yeah, what was
Got
that?
rearranged.
Zigzag.
You didn't do that?
Tic-tac-toe.
No, that was.
So,
that
Dave,
was,
what was
The
going on
spirit of Joe Don Baker.
at the beginning? At the beginning of the show, I didn't see any of the intro. There was no Hulk. There was no Santana. There was no.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
there.
it was.
I heard his voice too.
I wasn't
I did
seeing
too,
any
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I heard him talking.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like,
'cause-
what? You were like, what?
What is
I could hear you say that, and then I quickly muted you because somehow you get unmuted. Now they do all the muting and all that themselves, but for some reason, yours unmuted. And I don't know if it was because you were having internet problems or what, but
No, I've had no internet problems, but I didn't see any of the intro. All I saw was the countdown. And then after that, I saw you guys, and I'm sitting there going, why am I seeing them? And why aren't they saying anything? That's why I was going, what's going on? Because
that's so weird.
I didn't see any of the intro. I just saw you guys sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
Joe Don Baker is still alive.
87.
Wow. 87 years old.
Wow. Tommy Benz, I have some original music with my band and stuff on SoundCloud. And if you're going to press me for the link, I don't know if I can produce it. Let me see. I don't think I have my SoundCloud. Do I have it here? Oh, maybe I do. Hold on. Maybe I do. Oh, I would have to sign in. Let me see if Chrome remembered my SoundCloud sign in.
Merlin Olsen was in Mitchell.
My band, we played a gig Saturday here in Phoenix, and there was a couple there, and they're like, "Hey, we saw you guys play at the Whiskey A Go Go when you opened for Striper." And I'm like, "You drove all the way from LA?" And he goes, "No." They're like, "No. We live in Phoenix, but we drove to go see Striper, but you guys were opening up for them, and you guys were awesome. So we came and saw you tonight." And I said, "Okay, well, thank you for doing that. But there's going to be a big difference between seeing us on stage at the Whiskey A Go Go and seeing us playing over here in North Tempe, Arizona. It's just, trust me, it's going to be a lot different." Because it doesn't matter. When you're on that stage at the Whiskey, you come off looking and sounding really good. Just being on that stage. It's such a great audience stage over there.
I have my band is live on YouTube. The Big Angry live at the Whiskey. Hold on. It's asking me to reset my password on StreamYard because I have no idea. Let's see. So I open up this old email account and I get a thing. Tired of getting
sand kicked in your face.
No, what's the Marvin Man?
All right, I have a song called "Whoa Yeah" under the Trembling Hands on YouTube. If anyone's interested.
Larry Talbot. Merlin Olsen was a football player. I believe he played for the Rams.
See you guys.
And he was on Little House on the Prairie, and he used to do FDD florist commercials.
Who's out of here?
Dane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Irish goodbye.
That was a quick fucking goodbye.
Well, I'm looking something up, but I can't find it. Anyways, look up my SoundCloud. You'll find it. Dave Levine, and it will say like I think it says home base Santa Monica because I never go into this thing probably for 10, 15 years. Larry Talbot says he doesn't know who the hell Neil Mohan is watching. All right, so Dane left, yeah?
Yep.
All right, so now we can really talk about those Kiesels. No, I'm kidding.
Want me to go get my Kiesel?
No. So, anyways, going back to the Zach Wild list, I thought it was pretty good. I thought, I enjoyed it. Other than the fact that I've never been a John McLaughlin fan. I mean, he's a great player, but I just don't think musically he never spoke to me. Did you ever listen to that stuff, Matt?
No, never got into him. Yeah, there's a number of guys like that. I mean, I appreciate what they did. I had a friend who was really, for a time, was really into Adrian Belew, and I was like,
he was great.
He was great, but I never got into.
I get it.
His solo stuff,
Yeah, Oh Daddy and Pretty Pink.
I like that song.
And on Lone Rhino, Big Electric Cat. Electric Cat.
I saw him with King Crimson.
King.
What song by Holdsworth is a keeper? Anything on IOU. I like Devil Take the Hindmost a lot on Metal Fatigue. Let me just look up this Holdsworth album real quick. IOU.
Road Games. Anything on Road Games?
Oh, Road Games is fantastic too. Yeah, the opening song on IOU White Line is, I don't know, The Things You See. That's a great tune. But yeah, there's so much great. I would check out those albums: IOU, Road Games, and Metal Fatigue.
There's a song called Tokyo Dream that's really cool on there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's on Road Games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I've actually got a concert DVD of him on that tour in Japan.
What you know was a player that people don't talk about, but his, because he's not the flashiest player and probably maybe not the best player. But I think everything he plays is interesting, his chords, and I think his leads is Alex Lifeson.
He's one of my favorite all-time players.
No, but I think because he's, to me, it's like, like I'm a big Johnny Marr fan from the Smiths, and Johnny Marr is not going to be any hard rock guitar player's favorite player, but he's a chord guy. But I think Alex Lifeson really wrote some cool stuff as far as chords go. Yeah. And I think he was shadowed. Brett Garson's awesome.
But Alex could shred though. There's some stuff where he has some.
No, he can play.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying for the time he wasn't like you wouldn't put him up to Dimiola in 1978 or 77 on like
right.
Dimiola.
But that was always like a thing too that you had Geddy and you had Neil in the band, and they were constantly getting best bass player and best drummer and all this stuff. And Alex was always right behind like Eddie Van Halen. It's like he was out at that time where there were so many like big shred guys coming out that he kind of got overshadowed by them. But he was still like songwriting wise. I mean,
no, he's great.
Yeah, no, one of my.
I mean, even if I'm talking about even if you break down even some of the simplest shit. How about this? I'm going to go on a limb because, what's the guy's name whose list we did last week? Rick Beato?
Yeah.
Rick Beato does this list, and he says one of the best sounding albums is Permanent Waves.
I love Permanent Waves.
It's a phenomenal, we're not talking about favorite albums, phenomenal albums, but Moving Pictures is a better sounding record. Production-wise. Yeah, like the drums are clearer. It's just
maybe, but it was still, they wouldn't have gotten to there if it weren't for.
We're not sitting there talking about what album made another album. We're just saying what album's the best sounding album.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like if you took Peter Gabriel's Soul and you said this is a fucking great album, and I sat there and said, well, he wouldn't have gotten there if he didn't do Security. Well, I don't care. Security sounds like shit. It's so cut and dry how Security is not a good sounding album, but So is fantastic. So whatever comes before it, I'm just saying. Regardless of which album you like better. Now, if somebody wanted to say Signals was a better produced album than Moving Pictures, I'm all ears to discuss. Because I could totally see production-wise, even though you may not like the musicianship as much or what they were changing to, but I'm merely just saying I just think he was wrong on that because I don't think it's their best sounding album. I think the next 2 or 3 sounded better. Production-wise. Although Permanent Waves is a far better album than fucking Grace Under Pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I think their best song, though, is Camera Eye.
Not to me.
You don't like that one?
No, I love all their stuff, but to me,
Free Will.
Yeah. To me, I did like the songs on Permanent Waves better than on Moving Pictures, even though I loved them both.
Well, I think side 2 of Permanent Waves is better than side 1. I think Different Strings, Entre Nous, and Natural Science.
To me,
I like Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder is definitely, if you like earlier Rush, Jacob's Ladder is going to be a nod to you because that's definitely an earlier Rush feel of a song.
And to me, that album isn't like I can't pick one side over the other. To me, it's all like one thing unto itself, and I just like every song on it. Same with Hemispheres. I mean,
let me just say this, just between us, I think it's time to recognize spaces in between. Leave room for you and I to grow. I love that tune.
Yeah, no, that's
actually it's Entre Nous, Different Strings than. Right? Entre Nous is the first song on side 2. It's a great record.
Yeah. No, it's that was the first tour I saw them on.
Was Permanent Waves?
Yeah.
And you think Permanent Waves is a better record than Moving Pictures?
I'm not going to say it's better, but I like it better.
You like it better. I like Moving Pictures better, but I think they're both. I mean, if Moving Pictures is a 10, to me it's like Permanent Waves is a 9.8.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something crazy. And Signals for me is a 9.5.
Oh, I saw the Signals tour.
I think Signals is fantastic.
Analog Kid.
No,
Everything.
Grace Under Pressure. Grace Under Pressure did have some cool songs on it. Between the
I think
Wheels.
Grace Under Pressure is a fantastic album.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I mean,
It was a Distant Early Warning.
just but Red Sector A, Kid Gloves.
The best song on that to me is Between the Wheels.
Between the Wheels. Is it called Between the Wheels?
Yeah. Now how that rabbit feels rolling under your speeding wheels.
What is Red Sector A is on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
100-100, right? That one.
I believe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grace Under Pressure is good, and I do like the Power Windows album, which of course is taking a dive down. But Lifeson's one of his favorite solos is on Power Windows. A Motion Detector.
I don't remember him saying that, but
he says, in interviews, he always says the two solos he's most proud of is Limelight and Emotion. Is that what it's called? Let's see if I got the right album. The right album. Motion Detector by Rush. Yeah, it's on Power Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was like one of those things I watched on YouTube where they were interviewing him and they asked him what songs he was most proud of, and he says his solos, and he said those two were the ones that stick out to him.
Now, did you ever hear their last album, Clockwork Angels?
Yes, I have it.
It's amazing album.
I saw them on the Presto tour.
Martin's mentioning Thunderclap Newman. 'Cause there's something in the air.
It was funny. Alex Lifeson had such a big sound live, and I was like around 10 rows back, and big sounds means big clunkers when he hit a wrong note.
Mm-hmm.
He hit a wrong note, and it was loud. He was like doing this chordal thing, and he just hit the wrong note, and it just stood out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. Well,
I've seen them live a few times. Like I said, I think he's one of those players that deserves more love because so many people love Rush.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody talks about Alex Lifeson.
Did you ever see the documentary Beyond the Lighted Stage? It's funny because he and Getty are in their like hometown, and they're sitting there at this like little diner, like scrunched into this booth, and they're eating. And the waitress is over. It's like, "You're Getty," and Alex like, "Yeah, that's Getty." And she's like getting Getty Lee's autograph, and Getty's like, "Well, he's in the band too." And she's like totally not interested now, like she has no idea who he is.
That's hilarious.
But yeah. And he goes, I can, sometimes I can walk around, nobody says anything, but Getty he's got such a distinctive look that
everybody, he still has the long hair and all
the
that.
nose and, the big nose and everything. So everyone recognizes him. And I was so jealous when Bingham showed, I guess he came into West LA.
No, he didn't go into West LA. He parked in the back and Bingham sees him and Bingham runs over to him. He was actually going to I guess, that bodega, that Italian restaurant that's over there next to the little Italian market. It's like one door over from West LA, like one.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going there because I guess they have a huge wine list and those guys are really big into wines.
Yeah.
That's where they were going, but they parked in West LA's parking lot, and Bingham went back there because he said he thought he saw Getty drive by, and then he saw him get out of his car, and Bingham went and got a picture with him.
I know. I was so jealous. I was like, "You fucker! How did you do that?" But he was by himself.
Tommy Benice, Triton.
Yeah, I guess he was meeting someone there, but he was by himself.
Who are you talking about, Triton, Tommy?
Triton sounded just like Rush Trio. What is Triton? I don't even know.
Well, I had a friend's band named Triton. That was local.
You think he means your friend's band?
Yeah, well, they actually made a pretty decent name for themselves. They opened up for Deep Purple.
Yeah, they made a huge name for themselves. The name was Triton. What is that?
I don't know. It's what I'm having after the show in a few
Let me
minutes.
see. Let me see the band. That's the only band on it?
It's only band.
Oh, okay. It's a cane.
Okay, I have to
It's
ask.
cane
Cheech.
by Oliva. I haven't had one.
Well,
I have to ask. I have to ask Cheech a question here. He's asking if I've seen Rush live in Cleveland from 2011 on YouTube.
Hello,
No, I haven't. Is
Cleveland.
there something
Kane.
special about that? Cheech.
Cleveland Rock.
Philly soul is essentially dance music. Philly soul's the greatest. Let me just take a look here what he's talking about with this band Triton.
Yeah.
It says, here it is, similar to Rush, coming out of the Rhode Island area. I'm joking.
No, they weren't a Rush band.
Christian progressive hard rock band. Similar to Rush, except Rush were Jews. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke something too. I don't know what I'm gonna smoke yet. I before the show, I smoked an Aging Room bin number 2. So Cane, the cigar you're going to smoke, that's also made by Oliva, the people that make the V Milanio that you like.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's an Oliva sample pack I had gotten.
right, so that's Cane. That's their brand they make, which really to me was to compete against a brand called Diesel. They're heavier smokes, so I'm sure it's probably going to be pretty good.
Uh-oh.
Someone says they prefer a Little Rush. Do they have a midget version of the band? Is that like
They have a
Little
midget
Kiss?
version of Kiss,
Yeah, no, I know that.
and they play reggae.
Oh, they do? I didn't think they played. I thought they just went and. No, that's Dred Zeppelin.
Hmm.
Isn't Elvis front Dred Zeppelin?
Toward
Yeah,
Elvis,
Elvis
yeah.
impersonator. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Toward Elvis, yeah, he's great.
yeah. I saw that a million years ago. It was wild.
Yeah, I've seen them live a few times. I think Dred
guitars.
Zeppelin's fun.
Oh
I
yeah.
think they were the ones that played the last show at the Living Room.
So they
Yeah,
had a band. There was a band in LA. Did you called Elvis Simmons, which was like an Elvis Presley impersonator with Gene Simmons mix, and they would do like Kiss mashup songs. Bingham eventually joined the band, but before Bingham was in the band, Bingham and I went and saw them open for Dred Zeppelin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were great. Great. I'll tell you what's a great video to watch. There's a Robert Plant with Alison Krauss in Nashville performing the Battle of Evermore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. And you know what I like about Robert Plant is he doesn't try to go for the crazy notes. He knows he's not going to hit it. So he's singing some of the stuff in octave. Like he's going, take it back, take it instead of, on the record, because he can't do it anymore. But
Right.
it's great. It's really great. Alison Krauss does a great job doing that, singing all those. I forget the woman's name.
Was she playing mandolin too?
No. There was a mandolin player.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen her play anything but violin.
I thought she played. I saw her like when she was fat, like 20 years ago. She was like a picker singer. And
No, she's always played violin.
And then she lost weight, and then she was like the cat's meow. You know, maybe it was violin. My memory.
Yeah, no, because there's a girl that went to Berkeley. Her name is Sierra Hull. When she was a little girl, she used to sit in with Alison Krauss, and I think they still have her. Come on, she's a smoking mandolin player.
Oh.
And she also plays mandocello. But
No,
again,
I
this
saw
girl's
her
little.
like in the Grammys for the first time. That's
Yeah.
But it was like a country thing. So maybe it was fiddle.
I'll tell you right now, you want to talk about great produced records? Alison Krauss's album, Forget About It, is fantastic. There's some songs on there that are just great. But, yeah. We're getting to that time where Joe's going to smoke a cigar, and I'm probably going to go smoke one myself.
I still can't.
I'm going to smoke one only because usually I would get into bed and put a movie on or something. But if it's snowing and we have some snow on the ground and then it's going to rain all morning, I'd rather go to the gym later than earlier. So there's, you know what I mean? There's nothing on the ground. You working tomorrow, Jerry?
Oh, yeah. It's the last day of the month.
Oh, yeah. Big day for you.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, but sure.
Folks, this is why I tell you guys, if you're gonna buy a car,
that's what
or you're gonna buy a guitar, and you're going to a place like Guitar Center, buy the last day of the month, because that's the day they have to, whatever they sell, they need to cram that money for the month, because that's what they want to get on their check.
Another deal. 2.
You got to bring up your Jeep.
My car, I bought it over the phone. I called up, I arranged it. And they, what color you want? And I said, well, go down and test drive it, and then bought the car. I did enough research on it.
Attaboy. We love that.
It's been in the shop ever since.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
What'd
but
you
yeah,
get?
end of the month. Absolutely right.
End of the month. That's when the deals are made.
What did you get for a vehicle?
Kia Optima.
Okay.
I got for 18.5 in 2017.
And just to let everybody know, if you're in the Massachusetts area, go down to Function Toyota and see Jerry.
There it is, Toyota Braintree. Yeah. Right.
Toyota, is it called Toyota Braintree or off to Function?
It's Toyota Braintree. And then
it says the Function underneath it.
Yeah. It's the
I wouldn't looked at a Camry, but the thing is the headroom and the room in there is not. I ride in Dave's Camry and I'm crammed up pretty much. The Optima actually has quite a bit of room.
You know what? If you drove the Camry, you can lower the seat. But on the
but it's also
it sucks. It's like
it's also elbow room. It's kind of
how about an Avalon, sir? Right this way.
I think we're getting Krellbar into an Avalon tomorrow.
Come on, you need a bigger car. This is the car.
Avalon.
You're a rock star.
Now the party's over. I'm so tired. There's another great sounding album that should have been on Beato's thing. Roxy Music Avalon.
Lush.
You know?
Yep. It's a beautiful song.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He does sales, Cheech. Not too many mechanics are worried about the last day of the month.
Seller mechanic. I'm both. What do you need, babe? What's going on, bud? What do you need?
He works on guitars. He sells cars. In fact,
sawdust for fun.
In fact, I was trying to tell my friend Florida never buy a car at the first of the month, and here's her reaction. See, Florida paid for the undercoating. We don't even know what that is.
She needs a new bowl.
Do you guys see that Seinfeld?
Seinfeld, yeah.
When Putty's like, undercoating? We don't even know what that is. Oh, it's fucking great. All right, everybody. We're at the end of the show here. It is 10:03. And I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank Jerry for coming on. I wasn't sure. I haven't seen you in a couple of episodes.
I've had a couple things
always
going
good to
on,
see you.
But I'm always striving. Good to see everyone.
Always good to see you.
You know,
Joe, great to see you. Enjoy the Cane cigar. Let me know. I'll be smoking right along with you in about 5 minutes. Matt, have a great night. Good to see you, as always. Krellbar, why don't you give yourself have a cigar this week? Will you go out?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night if it's not snow. I'll tell you right now, if you have a Camacho, treat yourself to a Camacho. I have 2 Camachos in my humidor. That's for guests who want to have a cigar because I ain't ever smoking them. I'm done with them. But let me just say this, Krellbar, if there's no snow on the ground tomorrow, I'll drive to Pawtucket. Otherwise, I'm not going tomorrow night if it's crappy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, everyone. It sucks to be in this kind of weather. I want to thank everyone for being here, and let me find my outro. All right, everyone. Very good. Anyone else want to say goodbye? All right.
Good night, everyone.
Later.
See ya.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.
Goodbye.